Good morning, caretakers, and welcome to Caretaker's Corner, where we discuss everything that has to do with taking care of our elderly disabled parents, our disabled spouses, and our adult disabled children, and most importantly, ourselves. My name is CJ, and I am your guide on this journey. And I'm going to start this video with a disclaimer. If you are one of our loved ones, don't watch this video. Just turn it off. This is a video strictly for caretakers on this one. I don't ever do this because I think it's best that everybody has a knowledge of everything so that we can work together as a team. But in this case, turn it off. Thank you. All right, good morning, caretakers. The reason this video is not for everyone in the family is because I'm going to discuss anger. Now, I've discussed the anger we feel for frustration and when things don't go right and when they're not listening and stuff like that. That's not the anger I'm talking about today. I've discussed us going through the grieving process through about the lives we've lost. And that's kind of where I'm going with this today. We all have felt it. And then we get guilty for feeling it. And then we get upset with ourselves for feeling it. But we have all been, if you've been in this journey long enough, you have felt the anger of having to be a caretaker. Of not being able to go do what you want. Of being exhausted all the time. Of feeling like a slave to somebody at times, of just having your whole world turned upside down and all of your plans thrown out the window and having to redesign your entire life around this condition that is taking place. It is a horrid sense of anger. And the very fact that we have the anger makes us feel even worse. So I'm here to tell you that that is actually normal. And as long as we don't act out on that anger, it is a perfectly normal process, a perfectly normal part of your caretaker's journey. And you're gonna feel guilty about it. I can't tell you don't feel guilty about it because your brain will automatically go to feeling guilty about it. I'm just letting you know, don't let that get you down. Don't let that keep you down. All right? Acknowledge that you feel that way. It is a hard feeling. And this, I'm acting like this is going to take like 2 seconds, and it's not. It is going to take a long period of time. Once again, I go back to suggesting therapy because therapy will help you through this process. But acknowledge that you have that feeling. It is a legitimate feeling. You know, back to like where I said the grieving. You're grieving for the loss of what you've lost. You have lost your entire life plans, your entire retirement plans. You've lost all of that you had. Your happy little normal life has been turned upside down. Your schedule is now crazy. You may used to have gotten 8 hours sleep, and you're not going to ever do that again. More than likely. Accept that it is a feeling you are having. It is a legitimate feeling you are having. And the idea is not to let that feeling take control of you. Breathe in and breathe out. I always believe in stopping and taking a moment to breathe. And then work on a way to go forward with it. Get out your caretaker's journal and start journaling those feelings. Get out your, go for walks when you start to get angry. When you start to think about everything you've lost and how your life has changed so much and that anger starts. Go for that walk. Because you don't want to have to, you start getting very frustrated at the situation and at what you're doing at that moment, and you can lash out. Don't do that. All right. Now, I would love to say I am perfect in this and I have never lashed out, and I would be lying to you. I would be lying to you a lot. Every now and then. Well, I don't have that problem anymore. Now, I'm going to say, but like I said, if you look at my history, I've been a caretaker most of my life. But I've had that in the past. Now, usually, if I'm getting upset or frustrated, it's just because I'm in the middle of something and somebody's trying to, get me to do something real quick. And it's like, no, I need to finish this. But I've been there. It's not a good place to be. You want to rebel against what you're doing. You want to rebel against the situation. You want to just turn around and walk off. I've been there, but don't do it. Because I love Barbara. And I love the life we have. We had to make changes. We had to adjust what we were doing. And we did. And when she has a good day, we go do stuff. And when she doesn't, we've got plans for those days too. But you've got to work through that anger in a positive way, not a destructive way. So like I said, counseling helps everything. Now, we're in counseling, both Barb and I, for the dog attack. But I found that the counseling has worked in other areas, has helped in other areas of my life. So I always suggest, if you're having these feelings, get counseling. You can even do online counseling now, where you video chat. You can telehealth counseling, so that way you don't have to go out to anywhere. You can do it either from home or go outside and walk around and have your telehealth counseling appointment that way. Definitely seek counseling. Just being able to talk to somebody helps out greatly. Get involved in a community of people that you can talk to about this, preferably of other caretakers, because on a serious note, all caretakers feel like they are alone, and you're not. And I talk to people every day who all they want to do is get out their frustrations by talking about it because of being caretakers. And find that person and talk to them. They may need to get stuff out too. You guys can be a sounding board for one another. Like I said, in the comment section down here, put down what you're feeling. We can discuss it. There's 69 people in the community. So we can discuss, because somebody else may have the same exact feelings you do, and they really need to talk about it. Journal, get counseling, find a community. These are the things that you can do to help with this feeling of anger. Recognize the feeling that you're having. So is your anger over the whole situation of being a caretaker now, or is it just being frustrated at the situation you're in? Make sure you know the difference. Be mindful of your situation, because those are two different situations. If you're angry at at that moment because of what's going on at that moment, that is totally different. Breathe it out. But if you're having an anger issue over the entire situation of having to be a caretaker, seek counseling. Hit that journal. Find some way to work on that anger. Because that is an anger that if you don't work it out, if you don't get past that anger, I don't know a better way of saying it, it can just continue to make you feel worse and worse and worse, till you either decide to leave or you act out. And none of us want that. I hope this has helped. It's one that I have thought about doing for a while, but people don't like to admit that they're overall angry at the situation, because we're talking about our loved ones. Whether it's our family, our spouses, or our children, we're talking about people that we devoutly love, and we're mad. And we are so mad. It is to our core that you are mad. And you can't help it. And then that makes you feel worse. So that's why I have not wanted to actually discuss this. But it's something that needs to be talked about. So I hope this has helped you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I know I have to ask that every time, but I'm hoping to grow the community so that we can help everybody out there. And have a great week, and I will see you next week. Oh, don't forget to leave comments. I'm sorry. Have a great week, and don't forget to leave comments in the comment section. Bye-bye.